Hi there, my name is Greg Barkley. I'm going to be 66 years old this month, and I'm headed out to do my first backpacking trip in about 20 or 25 years. It's going to be a solo trip. It's going to be a very easy trip, just an overnighter. I'm going to go up to the Bead Lake Trail up north of Newport, Washington. Head up one day, spend the night, and come back the next. This is also my very first video, so bear with me. I'm going to go over the equipment that I'll be using. To start with, I'm going to be using a Hyperlight Wind River 55-liter internal frame pack. And I got a little shoulder strap gear bag here and a shoulder strap water bottle pocket to go with it. I also got a little thermometer here that gives you the high and low temperature over a 24-hour period, so you can tell how hot it got during the day and how cold it got during the night. Next, my tent is an old Eureka 4-pole 3-person tent that I've had for about 25 years. It's way bigger than I need, but it's what I've got, so I'm going to use it for the rest of this season, and then probably upgrade next season to something smaller and lighter. My sleep system is an REI Nod Pod 15-degree mummy bag, a Zinbivy dirt inflatable pad, 24 inches wide, rectangular shaped, and a Trekology Aloft Pillow 2.0 that packs down very small, just like that. My poop kit consists of a dirt saw Deuce number 3, a Human Gear bidet, some little dehydrated pads that you put a little bit of water on and they come out, so now you have a moist like 8x8 wipe for your body or your face or whatever you want. And there's some camp suds. For my water, I'm going to be using a Sawyer Squeeze system with a 2.0 liter bladder and a 1 liter water bottle to go with it. On this trip, it's around a lake, so water's not going to be an issue there. I've taken a chair with me. I need to have something to lean up against for my back. And I am using a Seek Outside trekking pole chair. So it's just stuffs down to about the size of a baseball. Use your trekking poles. Now this chair is made of nylon, and it turned out to be pretty slippery. So I just bought a pack of non-slip sticky things that you would use in a shower and stuck it on the seat. That seemed to work pretty well. I haven't spent a lot of time sitting in it yet, just tried it out in the backyard, but that one seems to be working out pretty well. My trekking poles, first time I've ever used those. I'm going to use some Black Diamond Trailback trekking poles. They work in my chair, and I guess we'll see how they work. My stove is what they call a jet boil. It's like a 3/4 liter pot. It's all contained within the pot. There's a fuel canister for it. There's a little thing that turns into a stove, and some feet for it to keep it from tipping over. And it's got a handle on it. For clothes, I'm going to wear some shorts, t-shirt. I bought a pair of nice Merrell Float Pro hiking boots with Gore-Tex. I know the thing now these days is they use trail runners. They're basically just kind of tennis shoe looking things or running shoe kind of things, but I need something with a little more stability for me. These are super light, and wore them around town all weekend once just to try them out, and they seem to work really, really well. I'm going to be wearing a pair of liner socks and a pair of Darn Tough wool outer socks with those. I also was at REI, and they had a sun hat on sale. It's got a neck protector on it. There you go. And I'm taking some long johns and a rain jacket just in case. I got my rain jacket at REI a long time ago. I'm also taking some 100% DEET bug spray, a mosquito head net, a fire starter kit, and a little patch kit for me, all in a little ditty bag. For first aid, I'm using a Heart Outdoor multi-day first aid kit that I bought. Seems to be pretty complete. And some Leuko tape, which is the new moleskin for blisters and whatnot. It's supposed to be magic stuff, so I've taken about a foot of that with me. I'm taking a bunch of rope to hang for a bear bag and whatever else I might need. Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant. For dinner, I'm taking Mountain House for meals. I'm taking a Mountain House Korean-inspired beef for dinner and a breakfast skillet for breakfast. I tried both of those. They were really, really good. For lunches, I'm going to make a couple of sandwiches and take some chips. I've also got some coffee. It's some artisan organic Cuba Mia coffee that I tried. It's really awesome. And a titanium long-handled spoon to dig the food out of the bag with. You just cook it right in the bag, and then you get a long-handled spoon. You don't have to get your fingers dirty. There's also, you can get a spork, but in looking at other people's videos and reels on backpacking, turns out that the sporks can kind of keep you from getting to the very bottom of the bag, getting every last bit of food out of there. And you don't ever really use the tines on a fork for anything. So I went with a spoon. This place I'm going has established campgrounds on it. It's a very well-maintained trail. So it's got fire pits, and there's lots of downed wood for fires and whatnot. So I am taking this is back from the old days, a Sven kind of bow saw thing, and a Fisker's X70 hatchet with me for my fire. Taking a Swiss Army knife, you know, always good to have a pocket knife. I'm going to take a whistle with me for come save me signals, and I've used this before, I really like it. It's a little candle lantern that pops up, and you can hang it from inside your tent or from a tree or something, and it puts out quite a bit of little light. It's kind of fun. And that's about it. We'll see how everything works, and I'll let you know when I get back. I'm also taking a Belkin 10,000 charger for my phone, and a charging cord for that. I'm going to be trying to video a lot of the trail as I go and stuff, and while I'm setting up camp, and so I'll probably need to recharge my phone. For light, I'm going to be using an Energizer headlamp. Has, you know, the regular white light, has red flashing for come help me, and steady red, and then there's a green in there somewhere, I think. There it is. This is just one I've used around the house, had in my tool shed. Takes 3 AAA batteries. Hey there, here it is, time to start out. It's about noon on July 1st, so I'm headed up Bead Lake. Yeah, here we are walking along. We're about a third of a mile in on the trail. Very well maintained. Kind of peekaboo views of the lake from here. Here we are along the trail, just a little view. I think I'm about 3/4 of a mile in. Here's a campsite, about 1.4 miles in. All right, at 1.2 miles in, just got to the top of a long, pretty stiff hill. When I got up here to the very top to stop and take a rest, one of many, I turned around and there was some young woman day hiking about 6 feet behind me and scared me out of a year's growth. So, onward. Hey there, I'm about 3¼ miles in and still chugging along. Okay, this is going to be the campsite for the night. I was going to go to Lodge Creek Camp, but it's too far from water. And there's a little creek running right through this one. So, I'm going to set up camp right here. Hi there. I'm back from my hike around Bead Lake. It was quite an adventure. When I had first looked at the write-ups about the Bead Lake Trail, I had apparently concentrated on some reviews, and one of them that stuck in my mind was someone who had written what a wonderful, fairly easy day hike it was, instead of looking at the Forest Service's review of the trail, which listed it as hard, and it was hard. There's a very big hill in it, probably not something I would tackle as a first or even second backpacking trip, but I did it, and I was exhausted when I got home. Right now I'm going to go over all my gear and talk about what worked, what didn't, and what I'll do different next time. So my tent worked out well. As I had said earlier, it's big, way bigger than I needed. It's heavier than I need. My pack ended up being 40 pounds altogether with food and water, which is quite a bit, especially for this pack. It's not really designed for that much weight. But it's doable for the rest of the season. I did in fact use my saw to cut up some firewood, so that worked out well, and it doesn't weigh that much. I did not use my hatchet, and I will not be bringing that along in the future, and that will save me a couple of pounds. My water filtration system worked amazing. First time I've used it out backpacking. I tried it at home, but the Sawyer Squeeze is a great setup. I actually got into my first aid kit to get some aspirin out of it because I was so sore and achy. I was having a hard time getting to sleep. So I dug it out and took a couple aspirin and fell right to sleep. I use my thermometer. It gives me the minimum and maximum for the last 24 hours. So I know that it got down to 51 for a low, which is not bad at all. My poop kit worked out well. The bidet, first time I've ever used that worked well too, although it will wake you right up when you're using some cold creek water in it. The little tablets, little wet wipes that turn into wet wipes once you put some water on them. This is, so where are we at here? This is what one looks like before you put a little water on it, and it spreads out into about a 7 or 8 inch square wet wipe. Worked amazing. Really like those. Didn't use my rain jacket or my bug spray, which was nice. What we got here? My food bag worked well. Food was good. Hung this in a tree, and so that was a good size for that. I did not use my long johns. This is my tent footprint. Used that. My Zen Bivy mattress, amazing. This is the dirt model, 24 inches wide, rectangular. I've never had a more comfortable night's sleep while I'm out backpacking, or many other places for that matter. That's a keeper. Also, my Trekology inflatable pillow was amazing. Really liked it. What do we got in the little bitty bag here? I used my fire starters to start a fire. That was very nice. Used my headlamp. Did not break out my cigars. Probably also something I could save a little weight with. I have an airline travel bottle for whiskey that one of my bonus daughters got me for Christmas, and it worked out amazingly well. I did not get a chance to use my candle lantern, only because it doesn't get dark until about 9:30 right now here, and I was in bed by about 8, so didn't get a chance to use that. Didn't use my mosquito head net. Before I left, I bought a microphone, because I was going to, for my iPhone, a wireless one, because I was going to kind of narrate setting up my camp, but I couldn't figure out how to work it in the time I had, so I'll work that out for next time. Alrighty, what else we got here? Got the old tent. And my chair that I used that did not work out well at all, and I'm going to get rid of that. More of my tent. On the way back, I did not put things in the compression sacks. They pack better without it. My tent, or my sleeping bag, good. I actually ended up unzipping it and using it as a quilt, which works really good. And there's some spare clothes. So there you go. Everything, take a few things out. But other than that, everything worked really well. I will be picking something a little easier to do for the next one. Thanks. Hey, I forgot to talk about my trekking poles. Those are a great item. You know, they're supposed to help you go uphill and downhill, and I suppose they did, but the key to those is your stability. I caught my toe on rocks and roots probably 10 times going out and back, and never once came close to falling down. You've always got 2 points of contact going with the ground, and they're a great thing.